So yes, thank you for tuning into my channel. I am LaShawn Reed, the CEO and founder of Strong Ambitious Women LLC, which is an organization that was created to help middle school girls develop self-esteem, confidence, and identity awareness within self. So I'm back. And it took me a while to come back because I have literally been studying and researching for about the last 6 months on information about self-esteem and how to better self-care, and just learning and teaching myself different techniques to help you guys really overcome some of your challenges or struggles that you may be facing throughout your life. So for the next 8 weeks, we will be working out of my book, or talking or learning out of my book, The Little Book of Secrets. The Little Book of Secrets is a self-empowerment book that I created to help individuals who are looking for daily empowerment or encouragement to get throughout your day, your week, your month, or your year. Whatever time you are in, if you're just looking for 10 minutes of empowerment, this book is for you, okay? What we're going to do today is we're actually just going to kind of touch on the introduction of the book. I'm going to break down the definition of self-esteem to help you guys better understand what self-esteem actually means and how it can work and benefit you in your everyday life. So, let's jump into it. Okay, and just a future heads up. If you see me keep looking down, that's because my notes are right here. Me, myself, personally, I like to really read and teach out of my notes, so that way I know I'm giving you factual and resourceful and good information. Okay, so just bear with me through that part. So what we're going to do first, we're actually going to do a little warm-up activity. We're going to kind of get ourselves roused up a little bit by just speaking some positive energy or positive words into ourselves. So for this first piece, I just want you guys to repeat after me. Today I choose to be happy. Today I choose to be free in the mind. Today I choose to let go of any pain that I am feeling. Today I choose to love myself. And most important, today I choose to be kind. I choose to be kind. And just let that sink in. Just let it sink in. Because you have to believe in what you speak. You must believe. Speak life into yourself. And it's going to come over time. You might not get it today. But if you do it and create a habit out of it, it'll become a part of who you are. So, based off my experience and working with younger women, or working with women in general in these last 9 years, I fell in love with self-esteem and teaching others how to develop high self-esteem. What we do is, with self-esteem, in life today, we kind of forget about ourselves, or the way that the media or the world may paint pictures is to always kind to be caring, or idolizing someone else instead of, really tapping into who we are, right? So we go through life constantly feeling like this is not enough, or I am not enough, right? So how do we come to a point within self to where we say, I am enough, right? What would it take for you to feel, or to be able to say that to yourself? I am enough. I have what it takes. I am worth it. I am enough. Because most of the time we just go through days like literally constantly telling ourselves that it's not enough, or wasn't good enough. Or we let our mind play tricks on us to make us believe that we are not enough, or we are not worth it. And that could be in anything. That could be in a relationship, that could be in business, that could be in school, that could be with friends, that could be with anything. It's that little feeling that we all have that makes us feel or ask the question, am I worth this? Am I worth more? Most of us feel like we're worth less, or we really don't even know what we're worth. So that's why we want to break down this definition of self-esteem, okay? So let me ask you a question. Did you know that you control your happiness? Did you know that you control your destiny? Do you know that you can really be the person that you want to be? Did you know that? Okay, so let's tap into this self-esteem bird and let's break it on down, okay? So what is self-esteem? According to Webster's Dictionary, Google, the word self means a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others, right? And then the word self-esteem means it's to respect and admire, typically for a person, right? So when we just think of those two definitions, right? So self means a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others. What makes you different from others? What makes you stand out as an individual? What makes you unique, okay? And when we get into the word esteem, what do you respect and admire about yourself? So when we put these two words together, or when they put these two words together, it came up with a definition such as a person's overall sense of self-worth and personal value. So when we think about self-esteem, and most of the time when I ask my students, how would you rate your self-esteem? Or I ask them, what is self-esteem? Most of them will tell me, or they may write that I'm beautiful. Most of them may write that I'm thick, have a big butt, have cute eyes. You know, things like that, which are all just like attributes of how you look, right? So when we start thinking about the inside, right? What do you value about that inside person? Or how can you tap into that inside person to make that person be the reflection of who you are on the outside as well? I'm going to tell you how you can start. Now, I'm going to just give you some tips, right? I will consider myself a little self-esteem expert because, like I said, this is what I study. This is what I do. I have been able to help many younger women identify who they are through building their self-esteem and understanding what self-esteem is and how self-esteem works for you, how self-esteem works in the world in general, and how you can use self-esteem to become successful within your business, a relationship, or whatever that may be. Because once you become comfortable within self and once you become self-aware of who you are, then that makes it easier for you to teach the next person how to deal with you, or to, you know, even set your standards and morals and values of how you want to be perceived to the world, right? So you have to start with some understanding within self of who you are, you know, because if you don't understand your worth and your value, you will be easily persuade or easily tempted to idolize another being or another person. And it's okay to be inspired, but it's another thing to idolize, okay? So you have to understand and be comfortable within self to be able to be fully who you want, to be able to fully become who you're supposed to be, right? You have to know, you know, like I said, what do you value about yourself? You know, what are you worth? You know, what do you feel like you're worth to the world? You know, or do you feel like you're one of the best music artists or the best business owner? Or do you feel like you have the best plan for the new world? Like, whatever that is, I need you to figure it out. I need you to ask yourself these questions. What do I respect about myself? What do I admire about myself? What do I personally value about myself? And what do I feel like I'm worth? You have to set those ground rules within self in order for you to get what you want out of this thing called life, okay? Nobody can really tell you who you are, you understand? Like, that's something that you have to go on a self-discovery for, okay? And that's really the key to understanding self-esteem and learning how self-esteem works for you, is by tapping into your own inner being and understanding what it takes for you to be fully happy or living in your full life's potential. Understand who you are, all right? And like I said, I love you guys always, and I'm going to be coming to you in for the next 8 weeks, literally. I mean, consistency is key. So I'm even holding myself accountable this year to be able to, post these videos like I say I am, and to be able to, put myself to the test to see if I really can do this, because I know, that I'm a good speaker, and I know what I research and what I study, and I know what I'm passionate about. Now my time is, getting over the fear of will the world accept it. So when you even break down the word fear, that's false evidence appearing real. And let me tell you, sis, let me tell you, brother, the world is waiting for you. Do not live in fear, because that's nothing but false evidence appearing real. If you feel it in the inside, if you feel it in your heart, if you feel it in the soul, then that's real. That's who you are. You have to dig deep. I don't care who they say you was. I want to know who you really are. All right. Peace and love to you guys. I love you always. My name is LaShawn Reed. I am the CEO and founder of Strong Ambitious Women. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn those notifications on, because like I said, for the next 8 weeks, I'm going to try to do my best to share my knowledge and my information with you guys, because it's important to me, and I know it's my calling, and I know this is God's work, and this is what he wants me to do. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.